Well, hello and welcome to the video. Yeah, one thing that's never going to be a shortage of content for is crime. Sadly, there's always somebody out there doing something stupid to other human beings, causing all kinds of problems and carnage in the world. And it never ceases to amaze me the crazy things that human beings are capable of doing to each other. From Ted Bundy and all the murders he committed and the craziness that went on. And the fact that if you looked at the guy, he looked like a typical, lawyer or, office worker or something of that nature, just a normal guy. There's nothing scary about him, but he was one of the most terrifying individuals that ever lived. Same thing with Dennis Rader. Dennis Rader, better known as BTK, went unnoticed for years and years, working a job and raising a family, and to all outward appearances, a normal guy, and is anything but normal. It's pure evil and horrible things that he did to so many people, and on it goes. I mean, throughout history, there have been horrible people in life that do horrible things to each other, and that's not going to stop. Sadly, as long as there are human beings on Earth, there's going to be some of them that are just rotten to the core and pure evil. There are other people that are not necessarily pure evil, but they get caught up in things and make bad decisions, and they still do terrible things as well. On this channel, we're going to cover all that stuff. We're going to cover true crime. We're also going to cover fictional crime, which is a little bit different. I don't know of any other channels that do both other than this one, but we're going to do both. And there's some things that we're going to do as sort of a hybrid of the two, and I'll tell you more about that a little later on, just to make it very, very interesting. It's interesting to me, some of my fellow folks, content creators, whatever you want to call them, people in the crime and true crime and the thriller type story spaces and genre, seem to be a little confused about what their actual purpose in life is. I know several of them that think somehow that they're actual investigators. Like, I guess they think they want to be cops or something. I don't know. But what they really are is content creators. They're storytellers. They're entertainers. And I have no misconceptions about that. That's what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to be a private investigator, do all those type things, but I'm interested in it from the studying it to see what we can learn from human nature and behavior and things that people have done, and sharing information that can, if people use it, possibly give them some ideas and stuff that they might be able to help better protect themselves and protect their family and that sort of thing. But at the core of what we're doing here on this channel, it's entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know of one creator in particular. He's an interesting guy. On the one hand, he's like, subscribe to my channel, and then on the other hand, he's beating his subscribers up all the time. Go ahead and unsubscribe if you don't like what I said. I think he's got some issues, but the other thing that's kind of funny about him is he will tell people not to guess at things, only use the facts, the official things that the police put out and that kind of stuff. Don't come up with your theories. I think he's missing kind of the whole point. One of the things reason that people like to watch these channels and they like to watch stories and things on TV and, Netflix and all that kind of stuff is because it's like a jigsaw puzzle. People like to think things through and try to see what they can come up with theory-wise and what they think could have, happened in their opinion and thoughts. Now, it is important to be careful. Don't be lobbing accusations at people and saying people did something that you do not know that they did. You can say, in my opinion, so-and-so might have and possibly could have, or I think, or what if, and that kind of stuff. And that's all perfectly fine. But this particular content creator hates that. He didn't like it. And it's funny because he will sit there and he will chastise his membership. He'll ask for money. My nickname for him is the Grifter. I call him the Gray Grifter. I won't mention his specific full name and all that kind of stuff, but he's always begging for money. And he started around beating his people up on the internet all the time. I sit there and shake my head. And then the other thing is that he's always talking about is he doesn't want people, as I said, coming up with any kind of theories or thoughts on anything unless he puts the thoughts out there or it's the official line from the police or the investigators or whoever's putting information out. And yet, 5 minutes later, he would turn around and pull something completely out of his butt. It's not based in fact or theory or from the police or anything. Well, so-and-so could have done this, and he could have come around this way and come in the back door and went up the stairs and done this, that, and the other. The exact thing. He just got through fussing at everybody else and raising Cain with his audience and his viewers for. So, yeah, and yeah, I still watch him because I find him entertaining. I just shake my head and sort of laugh at the way he does things, but I don't think he fully gets it. I think as long as he's been doing this, his channel would probably be 10 times bigger if he'd stop beating his audience up. But hey, as he says all the time, and which is true, it is his channel. He can run it however he wants to. But rest assured, I'm not going to fuss at people and beat people up here. Only way I would get involved with something like that is if people are being mean or nasty or ugly to other people in the comments and that kind of thing, or just being vulgar and things that are directed toward me. I just block them, whatever the case may be. But as far as sharing information, sharing thoughts, sharing theories, I want you to do that. I want you to talk amongst yourselves. I want you to kick stuff out in the comments. I want you to interact. I want you to tell me what you think might have, could have happened and that kind of thing. And we're going to cover all the major cases from the Idaho 4 to older cases like Dahmer and like Ted Bundy and like BTK and so many more. The big ones, the small ones, and everything in between. We're going to cover that. We're also going to cover some that are fictional. We're going to cover some fictional crime things. And sometimes I'm going to give you a story and then I'm going to let you make the determination and you tell me what you think is what, whether it's you think it's true, it actually happened. We'll leave the names out of it, put in some other names, something, and tell the story. And then you tell me whether it's true or not. In some cases, the names that were put in there are fiction because the entire story is fiction. So just to make it a little bit more interesting and that sort of thing. And we'll see where that goes and where it takes us. This has been an interesting sort of a passion project of mine to get this channel up and running for a long time. But hey, life has gotten in the way. It's taken a lot of time of mine up making a living, keeping the roof overhead and keeping the lights on and running businesses and working jobs and taking care of family and taking care of our other furry family members. We've got 2 rescue cats here. One of them's a Maine Coon and the other one, I'm not sure what she is other than a mess. So you'll hear occasional things being scratched on, and like Molly just sneezed over there. So they're in my office all the time. So you will hear them, you'll occasionally see them. But hopefully we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk about a lot of true crime, a lot of fictional crime, a lot of any other kind of thriller type stories. Just things that are entertaining and interesting to cover and go over of all types. And every once in a while I might throw a little business stuff in there. Mainly what I do is I teach people how to start new careers and how to start businesses and how to make more money in the things that they're doing, that sort of thing. So we'll mention a little bit of that. Not going to get into a lot of that on this channel, but we'll mention enough of it to help keep the lights on, help keep the bills paid and that sort of thing. So anyway, I appreciate you watching the video. If you're interested in thriller to killer stories, please check back frequently. We are starting to make videos now on an ongoing basis. So we'll be putting another video up tomorrow. I'll probably be putting up several other videos this week, and we're going to start covering stories and talking about the different things that I've been thinking about and dreaming about covering for quite a few years now, frankly. So I'm thrilled to finally be able to get thriller to killer stories up and running, and hopefully it's going to be a very interesting thing for you and for me too. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe while you're here. Hit the notification thingy, and I'll see you again soon in the next video.